Hello everyone, it's Joy, and welcome to my first video for the Suite of the Month for October 2021. And the suite this time is going to be the Gingerbread and Peppermint Suite. It has many wonderful parts to it. You can order the entire suite collection, or you can order just the parts that you are interested in. It has this wonderful stamp set, and of course the mini catalog for July to December 2021 has great samples for you. The star of this suite is the Frosted Gingerbread stamp set, the gingerbread dies that cut out the stars and the bell and the snowflakes, the ornaments. It also has this gorgeous paper that just is so yummy. Makes me think of gingerbread cookies with all the fun icing and everything. So you have 12 patterns, 4 of each in this 6x6 paper. You can also get the pretty pillow box dies. So that has this pillow box that makes this very cute pillow box with this adorable little tag. You can see. You can also get these embellishments, which are the gingerbread and peppermint acrylic shapes. Very fun in red and white. And the craft paper, which is a 6x6 size, which is what I used for this little pillow box. Now, I'm not going to be showing you how to do this pillow box today, but if you make a comment in the comment section of this video and request that I do a video on this, I certainly will. Let me bring in my project for this first video for the Suite of the Month using gingerbread and peppermint. It is a very easy fun fold. You need a piece of the cinnamon cider, which is half of your sheet, whether you're using an A2 or an A4 size. This happens to be the A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and then scored at 5 1/2 inches. Once you have your card base and it's folded, then you need to bring in a paper trimmer and slide it over to 2 3/4 inches, which is 7 centimeters. And you're going to just chop that part off. But we are going to be using it to turn this way on our card. Let's set this aside for a minute and do some stamping. I'm bringing in a piece of 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, which is 10 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters if you're doing metric. Again, all of the measurements will be shown at the end. I need another piece of basic white, which is 2 1/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches, or 6.4 centimeters by 9 1/2 centimeters. Let me move those over so I can bring in my Stamparatus. I've already mounted the stamps that I'm going to be needing for this. I'm using the You're the Icing to My Gingerbread stamp. And I'm bringing in Early Espresso ink. I have marked this grid paper so that I know where to place it. Let's ink this up and stamp it. Give it just a little rub here. Okay, well, it looks like I need to ink that stamp up again, which is what is so great about the Stamparatus. There we have a nice sentiment on that piece. Let's clean it off with my very well used Stampin' Chamois. This is actually half of a Stampin' Chamois. And flip this plate over to set it up for our inside piece. For the inside, I am stamping with the cinnamon cider and this very long decorative strip here, which is kind of like icing. There we have it. That looks beautiful. Let's set these two pieces off to completely dry and bring in a star that I've die cut out of this paper with those dies. And this looks like a very fun gingerbread cookie. I also need another piece of this gingerbread and peppermint designer series paper. It looks like icing. It's a little bit different than this one, but I think either one would work. There are several patterns in this set of DSP or designer series paper. I'm bringing in a piece of real red and another piece of real red to create layers. Let's go ahead and attach some of these layers. Now you will notice that I cut this to be the same height as my card base. When you attach this layer, make sure that you have an equal border on either side. We're going to bring in this piece that we had cut off and we will turn it this direction. But first, let's get some of these layers going. So this real red piece is 1/4 of an inch on two sides smaller than this piece, which gives us a nice 1/8 of an inch border, or 1/2 of a centimeter, I believe. Mount that, making sure that you have an even border on all 4 sides. We can bring in the "You're the icing" to my gingerbread piece. And we need to have some ribbon to attach to that. So I'm using the real red double stitch satin ribbon. And I have 2 pieces. I have a much longer piece and a much shorter piece. So I have 6 inches or 15.3 centimeters and 2 3/4 inches or 7 centimeters. And I'm going to go ahead and make a loop as if I'm tying a knot, but I'm not going to finish that knot yet. I'm going to put that about in the center of this strip and then slip this shorter piece through that loop. As you can see, it's through that loop here. And then I'm going to tighten my ribbon around the shorter piece. And then just kind of play with it until you get it the way you would like. This is a ribbon saving technique. It also makes your bow flatter, so it goes through the mail easier. Now we are going to mount this onto our piece with our sentiment. And then mount this piece onto our other layers. Again, making sure that we have an even border all the way around. And then give this just a little trim. Now I'm ready to mount this onto this piece, but first let me put the inside in. As you can see, this piece is just slightly smaller than my base to give it a nice little border. Now I'm ready to put this in, but first I want to mark it so that I know how far I can put my adhesive on this piece. All right. Let's just flip this over. Be easier to mark that way. Nice little pencil mark there. So that's where I can go on my adhesive. And let's go ahead and attach this. I'm leaving an even border on these 3 sides. Now let's bring in this die cut piece. I love it when you can die cut elements out of the designer series paper, because then there's no coloring, there's no fuss, no muss. And let's bring in some dimensionals. Now that gives it a nice little pop. And to top it off, we need some of the red rhinestones. And my Take Your Pick tool will help me lift those off. We're going to put one in the center and one in each of these little hearts. Now we have our finished card, and it is just so fun. I love that you're the icing to my gingerbread. It could be a holiday card. It could be just kind of a thinking of you card. So it's very versatile. Thank you for watching this video number 1 for the Gingerbread and Peppermint Suite of the Month, October 2021. And please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already done so. And don't forget that if you would like to see me do a demonstration of this cute little pillow box with the dies, you need to make a comment and let me know that that's what you would like. Stay tuned for my second video for this Gingerbread and Peppermint Suite of the Month. Bye!